Life seems such a tangible reality, and yet it is elusive. Every minute is precious. Today you are, tomorrow you are not. So, as Swami says, the given moment is now. For anything to be achieved, even for God realization, the given moment is now, not tomorrow. I remind myself of this every day. One by one, we slip away. Others will come and we shall go, but the body is only a garment. How many times you have changed your clothing in life? Yet because of this, you would not say that you have changed. Similarly, when you give up this bodily dress at death, you do not change. You are just the same, an immortal soul, a child of God. Reincarnation means merely a change of mortal dress, but your real self will never change. You must concentrate on your real self, but not on the body, which is nothing but a garment. When we keep changing our dresses, we remember that yesterday or in the morning I wore this dress. Now I have changed the dress. But unfortunately, when we change our body, we do not remember about our previous body. But we have to believe that incarnation or change of body is just like changing dress. Many types of dresses, similarly many different types of bodies in different birth. Why different births? Even in the same birth, from birth till death, body changes itself in so many ways. Childhood, teens, youth, middle age, 50s, 60s, old age. How our body changes in all these different phases of life. Still, unfortunately and sadly, we think eternally that we are this body. I sometimes think that sense perceptions are the worst enemies of man because they make us believe we are something we are not. The senses, as it has already been told, make us believe that our ever-changing body-mind intellect is our changeless identity. Quote Paramahansa, the sensation of cold makes us think we are cold, and the sensation of heat makes us think we are hot. But if we would but deny the sensations in our minds, we would feel neither cold nor heat. This is the state of Jivan Muktas, who are beyond heat and cold, who are beyond all duality. Quote Yogananda, but if you speak about these things too much, they are taken away from you. God is like a little child. He knows no guile. Saints and sages and realized masters do not speak much about such miracle happening with them. They are totally unmindful of their yogic power or the siddhi within him. They don't own any of those siddhis. All the powers come to them mainly for Loka Kalyana, and once the purpose is served, the siddhi power return back, and the sages are totally unmindful of such powers within them. If you play the slightest deceit or trick on him, he is gone. That is why it is so hard to get hold of him. You have to catch him in the net of your unconditional love. Unquote Yogananda. We cannot play with God. We cannot be shrewd with God. Only unconditional love will attract him and will make him come to us on his own. He remembers in his childhood, in his youth, as a boy, school days, college days, when we used to sit in the sand near Ganesha Mandir for the queue lines. Someone who is seeing that the next line adjacent to him has got the first line. This person may sometimes, mostly Sevadals will catch him, but sometimes he may manage to just squeeze into that line, move to that line where it is first queue. That much of shrewdness and smartness is within his capacity. But can he guarantee that Swami will come near him even if he is sitting in the first line and bless him? May or may not be. So all these tricks, all these things does not work with God. All our shrewdness, calculations does not work with God. He can be, he melts only with our unconditional love and nothing else. Yogananda says, love means craving for God. God appreciates love more than devotion. In devotion, there is distance and awe, perhaps fear. In love, there is unity at one-ment. Yes, in the devotion, there is duality. The duality between Bhakta and Bhagavan exists. But this statement is not to undermine devotion at all, because devotion is the ladder through which you elevate and you reach to that unconditional love for God, where the distinction between you the Bhakta and he the Bhagavan is God. Without devotion, intense devotion, one cannot progress to intense love, where only love remains. Where devotion leaves us, where even Bhagavan leaves us, and we are love, Bhagavan is love, and it is all about love, loving love. Yogananda says, do not despair if you do not feel an unconditional love for God. Salvation is for all. If you choose to delay on this path of evolution, it is your loss. See, instead of deliberating on why I am not getting that love for God, our duty is to just keep immersing in our devotion for God. If our devotion is perfect and total, whole soul, then surely and certainly a day will come when the devotion will evolve to love for God, and you can always also get the return love from God in return. Okay. Love for God is from your side, love of God is from God's side. It was covered in the Love is God session, if few of you remember. Yogananda says, you cannot stand still, you have to go forward or backward, but you must be redeemed sometime. To be redeemed is to drop the ignorance that covers the soul. Then he goes on to say, he compares in nutshell our true identity as gold, and the mud which is covering the gold, he compares that with our ignorance of our true identity. Only when the mud is removed, the gold shines by itself. So, the whole of the MBCA session is covered in these words of Paramahansa. The mud covering the gold, our true self, is what? The 5 kleshas, avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha. So how to proceed in this path? You have to start from the grossest, that is raga, dvesha. From there you have to come to the state, you will be left with only avidya, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha should leave. Then the subtlest ego, avidya, should also leave. Then the gold shines, and Swami calls you Bangar. Moving forward, Yogananda says, how can you be anything but perfect? Since you are God's child, but you have to realize your inherent divinity. He puts this in such a simple way, only if we are able to understand and grasp this in as much simple way as he has put it. See, God is perfect, and we speak out to the God that you are perfect, I am your child. So no matter what I am now, but ultimately I have to believe in myself that I am as perfect as you because I am your child. So keep repeating this mantra every day before you set out to the world. I am your child. You are perfect and pure, O Sai. As your child, I am also pure and perfect. You keep on affirming to this. Okay. One day your imperfections will all go. Yogananda says, you must be very secret about your love for God, and you have to be very silent about His love. You must not speak about His being with you. So whatever he who is speaking to you shares about the miracles or the interactions between Swami and himself, or sometimes about the vision which Swami graced him, or for that matter, any for that matter, any master getting any such interactions or any miracles with God, they always keep silent about it. Whatever he shares about his interactions or miracle of Swami with him, it is just 5% of the actual intensity. And that also he is able to share because of Swami's grace. Otherwise, no words shall come from him at all. Yogananda says, be like the great ones who inwardly think constantly of the beauty behind the flowers, the light behind the sun, the life that twinkles in all eyes, that beats in every heart, the motion that walks in all feet, that works in all hands. Okay, so the mind that is working through all brains, that love that is behind all loves. God is so great, so marvelous. This is all about seeing and experiencing God everywhere, every time, at all times. Like the famous song which he quotes, Malargalai pol pala niram kande, Tirumalavan vadivam adil kande. Yogananda says, to live in the realm of divine consciousness is to see this mundane world ignorant of God as a nightmare, and to have eternal freedom from its terrors. As long as you are unable to experience God 24/7, the world with all its offerings is but a nightmare. Ignorance of God means, with that ignorance, if you see the world is a nightmare. Jagat Mithya. Okay. We move on. Yogananda says, you waste precious time each day. Every little moment you spend with God will be spent to your best advantage. And then he says, whatever you achieve with the desire to please your God, please God in your heart, will stand unto eternity. God is freedom from all miseries. And one mantra the sage gives, which is most important. God is wealth and the health you seek. God is the love you seek. The desire of the soul for God is behind all other desires. This was revealed in the Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma session and also in the last session given to you. All desires, even at lower level, are but pointer to the ultimate desire to seek God, desire God, and to love God, and to reach God, and to merge with God. When you find God, all desires are met at once. All desires of all birth are met at once. What does this mean? When normally a worldly desire is fulfilled, for a moment you are at peace. Then you have the second desire. Okay, and then third, fourth, 100,000 million desires. Suppose all those million desires are met. Then he says that if at all you have any desire, it will be met. It will also be met, says Taittiriya Upanishad. But when all desires are met with reaching, with discovering the Lord in the cave of our heart, then what desire possible will be there? Not possible. Correct? How beautiful. And then Yogananda says, as though God is telling us, I hid from you so long, not to torture you, but to make our reunion in the end bright and beautiful. After your search of incarnations, you have come at last to me, and I joyfully welcome you to your home. Maharishi continues, I have been waiting long for you. You were not the only one who was seeking. God says, all my hiding from you, all your births till now, will be worth when you ultimately find me one day. All the hiding of the Lord from you is worth that ultimate merger on one day. Okay. He is welcoming us to his home. Not his home, our home. Because we were born divine, and when we realize that we are divine, we are just returning home. It's just homecoming. And he says, I am also waiting for you as much as you have been waiting for us. Remember the Swami's posts waiting at the doorstep, at half open door, and he as though he is waiting for us like he waited for Pundalika, Pandarini Vasa here Panduranga. Yes, this is the most sacred, most relevant, most important quote of Paramahamsa in the whole talk. I quote, through all your life's experiences, it was I, wearing disguises of different loves of family and friends who pursued you. Greatest revelation. Already your Guru has taught you that all your relations, your parents, your siblings, your spouse, your children, they are all not that chance happening. You have chosen them, and you have chosen them so that you can clear your karmas mutually by joining together. That was so far so good, but here he is going a bit far beyond that. What he says is that all those family and friends, all those near and dear ones, and even all those who have walked into your life, and whatever little or more love they could shower on you for some time or for a long time, God is revealing that it was not they were doing it, it was I who was hiding in them, and I was giving you that partial love, not total, unconditional, permanent love. Why? Because Leela Dhari, what did I do? By giving you that partial love here and there through so many relations, I made you realize the incompleteness of all those love, so that you can look towards me for that God's love, which is unshakable, which is eternal, which has nothing to do with your shortcomings or your plus and minus points, which has nothing to do with any ego. God says, Yogananda continues, I have been watching and waiting for you more eagerly than you have sought me. Many times you forgot me, but I could not forget you, my child. Okay, he continues. Beloved, of your own free will, you have at last come back to me. We shall never again be parted. Then he says, all this God is telling us. Then he continues, every human being is loved in that way by God. He is waiting for you. Don't give the world your attention. Do your duties, but be with God. It is worth it. Next, every moment of your life should be filled with the thought of God. Don't waste your time. Unquote. So, imagining Swami, who is everything for us, is patiently and endlessly waiting for us to reach Him, so that we never part from each other. Then, if we are making Swami wait for so long, then brothers and sisters, just imagine how much our intensity of His thoughts, how much our love for Him, how intense should be our love for Him in such a situation. God, 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 only God. Nothing else for me in this life. And how to keep God along with us all the while? Paramahamsa says, whether you are washing dishes or digging a ditch or working in an office or a garden, whatever you may be doing inwardly, say, Lord, manifest to me. You are right here. You are in the sun. You are in the grass. You are in the water. You are in this room. You are in my heart. Moment to moment living with God. He remembers one beautiful piece shared by Savapriyananda in his talk, where he talks about God's love. He talks about a gopi who was meditating, and Narada goes and asks him, what happened to you? How come that as a gopi, instead of immersing in Krishna's love, you have started meditating? What has gone wrong with you? And Gopi says, you know, Narada, what happened? What is happening? When I am boiling milk or when I am making rice, this Krishna comes and from the backside and he pulls my hair, pulls my juda, my kundal. Okay. In that I am so lost that my milk boils and then it spills over, and my rice gets overboiled and it is become waste. So I am not able to do any duty in with so much of love for God, love for Krishna. So I am meditating to forget him so that I can finish my duty. This is like feeling, experiencing God every moment. If he has filled our heart wholly, then from our heart, whatever thoughts flow, he has to be in that thought. Whatever actions, he has to be there in the actions. Then why not our actions and thoughts will be rendered pure? Needless to say. Next. Loving the Lord, you can never turn back to being satisfied by lesser ones. In him, you will find all the love of all hearts. You will find completeness. So, from incomplete to completion. After that, one won't again travel from completion to incompletion. It is impossible. It is an irreversible path. So, once having Mangada Siragattai Tandiril Teden Perungayam Heragatta Chittiyari, having attained God's love, one cannot afford God's love in totality, whole soul, wholesome, to the extent that there is no difference between you and God even. Only love is there. Then you can never look for any lesser love from any other human being in this life at all. And even without craving or trying for getting the love from any other human being, beautifully and wonderfully what you will feel, that existing as love, you will see his love in all the hearts, all the human beings. This is how love expands. Love for him expands to love for the entire creation. Everything that the world gives you and then takes away, leaving you in pain and disillusionment, you will find in God in a much greater way and with no aftermath of sorrow. This is the final stage of yoga of bhakti or yoga of love. God comes and resides in your heart forever only when you have purified your heart with your devotion, focused on God and God alone. And only in this finding and attaining God's love and existing as God's love wholly, one can really vouch for this truth that there is no more sorrow at all. Inbam ini engume tumbame. It is now all bliss, bliss everywhere. No pain, no sorrow at all. And when great love of a God comes in your heart, you do not miss anything, no matter what you have or what you do not have in this world. You nevertheless feel fulfilled. Whether you have anything or whether you don't have anything, whether you are living in a palace or whether you are living in a chawl, whether you have adequate means for livelihood or whether you don't have even a surety of the next square meal for you. Still, you nevertheless feel fulfilled. You then live as the Shehen ke Shah, as Shivanandaji Maharaj says. Shehen Shah, Emperor of Emperor. How beautiful. Sai Ram.